I'm going now.
Oh, because I thought we were going shopping to look for your birthday present. That's why I asked you to stay overnight, so we could get an early start.
Well, you want to try consulting me before you make these plans.
I even got your father out of the way to look for something special for you, madam. And I asked Amy to come in because I knew I'd be out.
Oh, what's happened to Jackie?
Oh, she's on holiday. Amy won't get much cleaning done, but it'll keep her happy.
That's right, Mother. Spread a little sunshine wherever you go.
I don't know what it is, but don't take it out on me. I didn't put up with your tantrums when you were little.
Little? I'm 30 years old on Wednesday. Stop treating me like a child.
It's that married man, isn't it?
It would be, wouldn't it? It's all you can get when you're 30.
Is that what you're going to tell your father?
I'll tell Dad when it's all been fixed.
And when will that be?
Soon. He's taking his wife to Great Yarmouth to tell her.
Oh, and everything will be all right then, will it? Oh, Debbie, listen to me. You can't build your life on someone else's unhappiness.
Everyone gets divorced. And this is 1987.
I'm not talking about everyone. I'm talking about you. If this Dave leaves his wife and children and they're miserable, you'll never forgive yourself.
It won't be like that. It'll be better for them too. Everything will turn out all right for everybody.
Oh, by the way, the printer says it'll be at least a fortnight before we get the new notepaper.
Oh, I'm fed up having to take Country Hotel and everything.
I know. Mind you, they did point out that if we change the name from Crossroads to King's Oak Country Hotel and then change it back again to Crossroads Country Hotel, we should expect a bit of delay. Mind you, we shan't use them again.
Oh, I like the design, though.
Yes, I thought it was surprisingly restrained. Well, even.
Yeah, not a hint of nail going anywhere. Thank goodness.
Don't you count on it. We've still got the Merry Monarch Bar, remember?
Well, as long as it doesn't get any more funny ideas.
Oh, do remind me, I must find out what Benny's doing this weekend, because Roy's going to need a hand.
Benny? Well, he's not exactly with us this week. Too excited about his donkey.
Oh. Yeah, if that's really what he wants to do with his money, I suppose we shouldn't stop him.
Paul said he should have got a parrot.
Parrot? Sometimes I wonder if Paul's quite with us either.
Yeah, well, you know how he worries and frets. He's just highly strung.
Yes, but suggesting that Benny should spend his money on a parrot.
You know, I can appreciate how he feels, though. When you haven't had a happy childhood, well, you want something of your own to look after.
Anne-Marie, I do sympathise, but please, I must just get this all added up and then you can type it out.
Oh, by the way...
Oh, Anne-Marie, just a couple of minutes. There. And it's correct. Now, I want you to do several copies, about 4 copies, I think, each category into a different space, and leave plenty of room at the bottom for notes, okay?
Right, okay.
Now, what was it you wanted to say?
Oh, Paul wants to see you again. About the diced vegetables.
I don't know what he thinks I can do about it. I mean, it was Debbie Lancaster's idea. She can sort it out.
Now, he was a chef. There's nothing he couldn't do with onion and a pound of mince. Yeah, Debbie would be all right with him.
She's all right with the one we've got.
Well, what's it been so picky for, then? Love troubles, is it?
Never you mind.
Shall I straighten all these papers up?
No, I've just got them sorted. I tell you what, Amy, why don't you make us a nice cup of tea?
Ah, there's nothing like a nice cup of tea for clearing your mind. That's what Mrs. Richardson always said.
Diced swede. What am I supposed to do with diced swede?
Well, you could give it me for my donkey.
Quite sure you want to squander all your money on dumb animals. My Jenny's offer still stands, you know.
Yeah, I bet it does. But you leave Benny's money out of this. Has Mr. Lancaster spoken to you yet, Benny?
What?
About your money?
Oh, no. He hasn't, but everybody else has.
Well, he will. He wants you to spend it on something sensible.
Well, my donkey's sensible.
If others aren't going to help, I can see it'll come down to me again in the end. I wonder if I've been a bit too hasty giving up my job here. Maybe I should stay after all. Because if I had my job here and the cleaning job in Solihull, I'd soon have a little nest egg for our Janie. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think I ought to stay.
Oh, good. I can't be cribbed and confined like this. I can't cook with animal fodder. I'm going to have to speak to Debbie Lancaster again. Come what may.
Hello, Beverly. How's school today?
Oh, hi, Mrs. Lancaster. Oh, I had a free morning because I've got an exam this afternoon.
Good luck. Amy, this is Beverly. Her mum keeps the village shop, and Beverly delivers our papers at the motel. Hope it's not too much for you with your exams and all.
It used to be Miss Tatum in my day.
Hello?
Kept the village shop.
Oh, well, Jason's taking it over for the time being.
And Vince Parker was our postman.
Beverly delivers newspapers. She's taking Amy to get her pension. Well, good luck again.
Yeah, thank you.
Vince. He was married to Diane, you know. God rest her soul. Poor Jill. Must miss her, you know. What that poor girl's have to put up with.
Tell you what, Amy, why don't we go and see Jill after we've got your pension? Then you can have a really good gossip about the old days with someone who remembers them.
I just wondered if we could have the bar in the restaurant.
Well, I'm sorry, Jill. It's out of the question. We've little enough space as it is.
Well, I mean, it's got to go somewhere. We can't just not have a bar for a week. It needn't take up much space. I mean, it used to be in reception.
Yeah, but people smoke in bars. You can't stop them puffing away on cigarettes and cigars and God knows what.
Stop the God knows what, I hope.
If you're lucky. Well, how about the leisure centre, the health food bar?
I suppose we could. But it's not going to be difficult as well.
I'm not being difficult. I'm being reasonable.
Oh, I think it's everyone's day for that. I've just had Paul in here being reasonable about Diced Swede. He thinks it should all be collected up in dumps and blown up.
It's perfectly edible. I don't know what the problem's all about.
Well, you can explain all that to him. I think you're next on his list.
Mrs. Chance.
Yes, Charles.
I'm afraid you've got visitors. Mrs. Lancaster and a Mrs. Turtle. They're waiting for you out in reception.
What's Mother doing here?
Amy, that's all I need.
She seemed rather charming to me.
Charles, are you sure there hasn't been a phone call for me?
Yes, Mr. Gould. He said if you wanted to speak to him, you could get him at home.
He phoned. Why didn't they put the call through to here?
He was phoning from a call box. He said you could reach him at home between 11:30 and 1:30.
It's only 12:15. Oh, God.
You've got plenty of time.
Do you think we could have
No,
one
you
now?
can't. After lunch.
She's got to make an important phone call.
Well, it's no excuse for bad manners. Isn't he a damn knocked me over?
Being in love makes people very peculiar.
I didn't know people like her knew the meaning of the word love.
Look, do you remember when I inadvertently told you about a certain incident at the Red Ox Brown Hill?
Yes, and you told me not to tell anyone.
Well, I should watch what you say about frozen vegetables. That's all.
Yes, of course it's me. I've been waiting all morning. Yes, I know it's difficult. Was it? Look, I'm not really interested in the weather at Great Yarmouth. Did you tell her? Well, she knows that already. Yes, I know you want to break it to her gently. Oh, Dave, you said you would. I've told Mother. She wants me to tell Dad. Look, I had to. Yes, I do believe you. I do. Look, it's my birthday on Wednesday. We're having a family meal. I had hoped... Can I? Well, what time? And you will have told her by then? Yes, okay. I love you too. Okay, everything will be all right. Bye-bye, darling.
She told me to come back after lunch.
And she told me she didn't want to be disturbed.
Oh, look, please, can't you just buzz her?
No, I could not. I've already had my head bitten off once this afternoon.
Anybody need anything from the village?
Yeah, get me some decent fresh vegetables, will you?
Oh, no, you're not still going on about that, are you? I don't see why you don't just unplug the freezer. What do you want, Mother?
Do you think you could pop into the village shop? Just ask the Graces what they're going to get Sid and Mrs. Nietzsche for a wedding present.
Yeah, I suppose so. See what all the fuss is about, though.
Well, I just don't want to get the same, that's all.
Ah, you're still here. Chef's before you pour. I should get over there quick before we start throwing meat cleavers about.
Well, I haven't seen Debbie Lancaster yet, have I?
I've told you, she doesn't want to be disturbed.
Especially to listen to somebody rabbiting on about Swede.
She's got a lot to put up with, poor girl.
Well, so have I.
Aye, aye, Charlie Mycroft. Maiden's friend. Do you know something we don't?
let's just say that those of us who have been unlucky in love might try and give Debbie a bit of sympathy and understanding. Hmm?
Well, I never get much sympathy and understanding when I'm unlucky in love.
And why should I be sympathetic? Well, when's she ever been sympathetic to me?
That's not the point.
It's her birthday on Wednesday, isn't it? I mean, she's going to be 30.
Oh, dear, 1 foot in the grave.
Well, I begin to wonder if I was going to get left on the shelf.
Yeah, well, her fellow's not free either, is he? If it's the same one. He's a married man. There's nothing but tears.
Really?
Married?
Paul, how could you? She'll kill me if she finds out.
Oh, hello. Nobody got any work to do this afternoon? Paul, you wanted to see me?
Yes, Miss Lancaster. I wonder if you'd do me the favour
Well, yes, Paul, get on with it.
of allowing me to bake you a birthday cake.
There you are. Take the weight off your feet. Ciao. Actually, this is Mr. Darby's chair. Oh, I'm sure you won't mind. It's the most comfortable. Make yourself at home.
Staff room, is it?
Oh, yes. I've just got to go and catch Mrs. Lancaster before she goes. I shan't be long. Then we'll have a nice cup of tea.
Now, don't worry, Jill. Get on with your work. I don't want to be a nuisance.
Oh, you know for that. See you later.
Oh. Good job you passed over when you did, Mrs. Richardson. Because if you hadn't, you'd have been turning in your grave.
So that's the situation. Benny wants to spend all Di's hard-earned money on a donkey sanctuary.
So we thought that if Mr. Lancaster could have a word...
Of course. Tom is not one to stand by and watch good money squandered. It's ridiculous.
Oh, Benny's very set on the idea, and he can be very stubborn.
She's a very nice donkey by all accounts.
But then he needs that money to invest for his old age. Who's going to look after him then?
Exactly, and I mean, that's exactly why Di wants him to have the money.
It's just getting him to see that.
I tell you what, I'll ask him round to Lady Byron Lodge tomorrow to do a bit of thing.
Oh, do you think so?
He does work awfully hard here, you know.
Well, the garden really does need tidying up, and afterwards we can give him a cup of tea and work round to the subject gradually.
Good idea.
I'm sure you'll do it beautifully, Mrs. Lancaster.
Well, you'll find him for me, and I'll be in the office.
Do you think that's going to work?
I don't know. I hope so.
Mr. Tom?
Yes, Anne-Marie.
Mrs. Tarterbeck's been waiting for you. She's getting awful impatient.
If she wants to go today, I'll do the cleaning for you.
Oh, Charlie.
But she doesn't. She's changed her mind. She wants to stay on.
Oh, she doesn't, does she? Oh, Lord.
Why don't you just say that you've got a replacement?
Charlie, what would I do without you?
Hi, Beverly.
Oh, yeah. What are you doing here?
Well, for some silly reason, I've got to ask your mum whether... Are you all right, love? Your eyes have gone red.
Oh, I'm fine. Summer cold, hay fever, you know.
Oh, yeah, I see. Oh, I used to get that when I was little. I grew out of it, though. Must be murder in the summer when you're doing your exams.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
What are you doing, then? CSEs, GCEs?
Oh, a bit of both.
Oh, clever girl. How's it going?
All right.
Good for you. Strange. Wish I'd taken my exams more seriously. Wouldn't see me working behind a bar at Crossroads if I had. You don't realise at the time just how important qualifications
Oh,
are.
please shut up.
Oh. Sorry, I'll leave you to it.
It's just that I had this exam this afternoon and I really messed it up. I mean, I really did mess it up this time.
Well, everybody thinks that, don't they? But sure, it wasn't as bad as all that.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was. My eyes went all funny. I couldn't even read the questions properly. And then I got this stupid buzzing noise in my ears. I just couldn't think.
Oh, come on, love. Surely it wasn't as bad as you think. Well, it's not the end of the world, is it? More important things to life than passing exams.
You just said the word.
Yeah, well, like I say, I mean, it's not the end of the world.
It's just that I want a proper job. You know, a job at the motel, like Anne-Marie's.
Anne-Marie's?
You just think it's ridiculous, don't you? Nobody takes me seriously.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Listen, I bet you could do Anne-Marie's job right now, this very minute, with your hands tied behind your back and standing on your head. Oh, come on, cheer up.
Hello, Benny. How are you?
Fine.
I'm glad to hear it.
Mr. Chaw said you wanted to see me.
Yes, that's right. Oh, please sit down.
I've been doing all my work.
Good. I was wondering if you could manage a bit more.
Yes, like.
Gardening. Our garden's an awful mess. Could you manage a bit of gardening?
Oh, yeah. I'd like that, because I used to live on a farm.
Wonderful. Could you come round to Lady Byron Lodge tomorrow morning? Oh, Mrs. Chance said that she can spare you.
Right. How do I get there? Is there a bus?
Oh, yes. Don't bother about buses. Tommy will send the Rover for you.
Rover? Well, that's a car. For me.
Good gardeners are hard to find these days. We'd be very grateful if you could help us out.
It's not right. I'll go to the tribunal about it. They can't sack you before they give you your cards. Beg pardon? Oh, I'm sorry, love. But I've just been given the sack. Well, I handed me notice in last week and I changed my mind. You'd think they'd be grateful, wouldn't you? Because we're like gold dust cleaning ladies and the money I could earn in Solihull.
You should just have heard what Mrs. Richardson had got to say about cleaning ladies.
Not good enough for Madam Chance, I'm not. I'm sorry, Mrs. Tordyby. What we found a replacement. Where from? That's what I should like to know. Because we're like gold dust, we are. Gold dust. So that's a tale for a start.
You're talking about Jill Chance?
But they'll regret it. Because that's this place finished. It's happened before. Everywhere I've worked. BSA, Alfred Herbert, Bilston Steel, make me redundant, and the next thing you know, whoosh, the old place has gone up the Swanee. The stormy petrel of the West Midlands industry, that's what my Ron used to call me.
Sorry to leave you so long, Amy. Oh, you've met Mrs. Tordyby. Well, you two should have a bit in common. Mrs. Turtle used to clean here, didn't you? Mind you, it was a long time ago now.
Oh, yeah.
And she's just come back.
Oh, I know what she's just come back to do. Thank you very much. Well, all I can say, dear, is I feel very, very sorry for you. If I had to skivvy in a place like this when I reach your age...
Mrs. Tordyby.
I think it's a disgrace them taking you on. I'll be glad to get out of here. Meeting you has come as a dreadful warning to me.
Warning?
I've had a narrow escape. I could have finished up just like you.
The Carrington dynasty awaits after the break here on UK Gold, so do stay with us.